After the break, the story of another lucky break. The Canadian original who can't sit still while others still suffer from the devastating effects of polio. In Canada, polio is a largely forgotten disease, but in India, it still affects the lives of thousands and has crippled generations of children. Tonight's Canadian original, Ramesh Ferris, knows both sides of this story. He was adopted by a Canadian family 30 years ago. Treatment in Canada changed his life. Now he's doing everything he can to change the lives of others in the country where he was born. CTV's Janice Mackey-Frere with a remarkable man named Ramesh.
When Ramesh Ferris notices people like Mohammed Ikrar on the street, the Canadian sees glimpses of himself. Both educated and hopeful, both bearing the effects of polio. The difference...
The polio survivor's legs are permanently L-shaped right now.
As a child, Ramesh had access to surgery and braces that allowed him to stand. Mohammed and countless other polio victims in India did not.
They're using pieces of tires just to pad their knees, just to cross. I knew that I was passionate to want to help because I believe that no person should be living a life doomed to death.
The 32-year-old from Whitehorse is an ambassador of sorts, working with Rotary International to raise money, awareness, and support for polio survivors. In 2008, he hand cycled across Canada and was later among those carrying the Olympic torch to the stadium. But for Ramesh to be in India visiting polio survivors is to come full circle.
So here we are in Coimbatore, India.
Born here, taken to an orphanage, he then found a new life in Canada after his adoptive parents overcame Canadian laws that ruled he needed too much care. Poliovirus to a child can be crippling. It attacks the nervous system. Some die of pneumonia, a disease forgotten in richer countries. In India, only now is there progress. With more immunization and a better vaccine, India marked its first polio-free year and was dropped from the list of endemic countries.
People like Ramesh are really important for making sure the world knows we're this close, but our opportunity to blow it is very, very big without the resources to finish.
For polio survivors, surgeries help them face the world instead of crawling. By age 4, Ramesh could walk and hasn't stopped, meeting the Queen, world leaders, and finally his birth mother.
The real sense of thank you very much. Because of you, this is who I am.
The polio survivors he visits here have other obstacles and a friend to prove what's possible. Janice Mackey-Frere, CTV News, New Delhi.
The ultimate paying it forward.